a really big meeting today, a lot of top class riders. You must be pleased to be riding in such a meeting.
Yeah, it's a good meeting. I think the club put on a good event. They got some good riders. Just hope they get the crowd in, so let's hope it works out good for them.
Right, obviously we've talked before, you must be one of the most disappointed men around at the moment after the other week.
Yeah, disappointed at the time, but it's over and it's finished. But at the end of the day, that's how it goes, and it's racing. But I think there was a very bad decision made when Crosby got put back in a race. I think it was absolutely disgusting. Really, if you stop the race, you should be out. It didn't. I wasn't bothered for myself, but when you have a look at the results, there's lots of blokes like hovering on the 21st, 22nd place that were in that race. An extra 2 points, they would have been not in the top 20. They didn't. I know to win it is everything, but at the end of the day, it's to get in the top 20. There's a lot of riders that went there and they should be in the top 20, and now they've got to do the qualifier next season, and just through that one race, really. So it wasn't just myself that affected it was a lot of riders, and I think that they should have more consistency on exclusions and whatever. I mean, the bloke fell off on his own. If you say to someone, "Oh, you're going back in a rerun," you're not going to say no. You're going to jump straight in.
I'm sure you would, Steve.
Of course, I'm not blaming Crosby at all. I mean, I'd have done exactly the same. I'd have been well gutted if I'd have been slung out. But at the end of the day, a rule's a rule, really. That's the way I look at it. But there you go, happens. I'm happy in the top 20, so that's that. Gutted I didn't win it, but there you go.
Well, that's must only me talking to you. A bit of a bad. I'm hoping it works again today, and I can go up a place in the final.
Well, I'm not going to enter any more meetings you're at, as it happens. I didn't know you was here today, but if I'd have known, I was thinking of staying at home anyway with his silly break rule. But I thought I'd come, and then I see you here. Christ, I don't know. And then when you come with that, oh God,
yeah,
what's going to happen?
It's worse than the bite, this, isn't it?
Exactly.
Obviously, you're not used to. I mean, this is only a club meeting today, but it really has got a top-class field of riders, and even to make the final will be tough today.
Yeah, it'll be tough to make. It's tough to make the final in any meeting, But as you say, there's a lot of good riders here today, and it's a very tough meeting, And I just hope it's a good day for spectators, which the sport needs, really.
Right, finally, we'll just have a quick word about the Speedway. That's obviously going brilliant for you at the moment. You must be very happy, and you're very close to winning that league title now.
Yeah, we're close. I think if we can win our next 2 race meetings at home, I mean the last 2 meetings have been rained off every time I've gone out for the last race. It's poured a rain, and I've been in it. And last week it was 8:14. This week 8:09. It poured down, and they called it a day at 8:12, and last week they called it a day at 8:14. So hopefully this Wednesday we can finish the meeting. But we'll have to wait and see.
What people don't obviously realise is on Speedway it rains like that and you ride on the track, it like quadruples the work on the bikes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how much dirt I've got on the stuff. I mean, there's so much dirt on the tools and it's unbelievable how much dirt's around. I can't believe it. What we had Wednesday, it was absolutely unbelievable, the amount of dirt that's created.
So we'll just have to look out just before the final today and make sure it doesn't rain.
We'll just look out for the dirt.
Alright, Steve, have a good day, and I hope everything goes well for you today. Okay, mate?
Thanks a lot.
Right, in the pits with Colin Hill. Colin, bit of controversy last week at Leicester, but apart from that, the last few weeks you've been really flying. Why would you say you've been going so good?
Confidence, just get a bit of a boost, had a few good meetings, done well at the Masters. It's just seemed to be coming right at the right time.
That it? Yeah. Right, now we'll just talk a little bit about last week. I know you don't really like talking about controversy, but you are a pretty controversial kind of guy. You got left on the line, and you had a few words to say to the clerk of the course. Would you like to repeat what you actually said to him?
Not really, I wouldn't like to do it, but at the end of the day, the decision was made. I told him I wasn't happy with it, tried to get the race stopped.
And the best man won.
And the best man won, not. No, I tried to get the race stopped halfway around. I could see somebody fouling the tips. He didn't want to listen. At the end of the day, he didn't want to know, so I just stormed off in a bit of a huff.
But like I say, your form has been good, and today's meeting, it really is a top-class lineup. You don't even get riders of this calibre in the Masters, so it's going to be really tough today.
Yeah, just take it like every other meeting, just go out, give it my best shot, and at the end of the day, and party on. At the end of the day, if I can make the final, I'll be very, very happy.
Right, now you've had a walk round the track. What does it look like today?
Very smooth, quite tight. It'll be good for racing, fast. We just go out there and give it a go.
Right, now, who do you see as your actual main contenders today? You'll obviously be up there near there or thereabouts at the end of the day. Who will you look out for?
Oh, you've got to look at Screeny or Wig winning it with Doncaster, Sky, and hopefully me.
And me.
And you.
Okay,
That's
Con.
next week.
Oh, are you? Right, well, we'll have a quick word about that. You've got the best pairs next week and then the Wimborne Whopper, so you've got a lot of big meetings coming up after today as well.
Yeah, hopefully we can do well in the pairs. I've had a bit of unluck the past couple of years, but Team New Track are on a mission. We need to take a title.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, Colin, have a good day and we'll see you in the final, mate.
Thanks a lot.
Joe Screen. Joe, a bit under the weather today, but looking obviously for a good meeting today.
Yeah, it's the first one I've done in England. You know, I'm just here to try the bikes out for the long track final next week. So, you know, I'll give it a go, and you know, I've just got to get back to my grass track experience, which I haven't done one this year at all. So, you know, it's going to be hard for the first few races, I think.
Right now, I've read in the Speedway Star controversial words saying that you're jaded and stuff like this, which I've seen you ride, and I know that isn't true. It must hurt a little bit to hear rumours like that when you are actually going really well, as far as I can see.
Yeah, and the Speedway's been going really good for me, and you know, I was the top Englishman in the averages up to now, and you know, you don't get picked for the World Team Cup, and you know, they say they haven't picked me because I'm tired and they haven't got a laid down engine, which, you know, Craig Boyce, he was third in the world on an upright engine, so it's, you know, I think my face don't fit in that sort of, you know.
I think the problem is you don't come from Ipswich.
Yeah, something like that. You know, but, you know, it's not going to bother me. You know, I could do a grass track today, which you know, I enjoy doing grass tracks when I can, and you know, I just enjoy it today.
Now, obviously, like you say, you don't do much grass track these days. Are you actually looking forward to doing grass tracks, and will you be doing more in the future?
Yeah, you know, this year's been a bit hectic with Speedway. You know, I wanted to do a few this year, but you know, with Speedway commitments and stuff like that, you know, it's hard to give them up. Now, this is my first one. I've got the Wimborne Whopper on the 2nd of October, which, you know, I've heard the track's not so good there, but you know, it's grass track, so I'll have a go. And I've got the Ace of Aces, so you know, I'll be making 3 appearances this year.
Right, finally, the track is pretty small today, so obviously different conditions to the World Long Track Final, but that World Long Track Final, now you're in the meeting, not reserve, you must be looking to win that one.
Yeah, you know, I'm a bit too heavy, you know, a lot of the guys what are good on there, you know, they're about 2 stone lighter than me, and you know, they've had a lot more experience. You know, I've probably done about 5 or 6 long tracks in my career, long track racing, and you know, I'm just going to go and enjoy myself there. This is a bit different here, the tracks, you know, probably about 6 of them in the long track track, and you know, it's going to be, I'm just trying the bikes out, not the actual engines, just the bikes, and you know, just if everything goes good today, I'll be looking for a good long track final.
Now, final question, I've noticed that you're still on uprights, most of the boys have moved over to laydowns. Will you not be going over to laydowns and staying as you are?
Yeah, I'll be staying as the trouble is, you know, I don't do that many long tracks or grass tracks, and to get the carburation, you've got to get a lot of testing, and you know, I can't afford to go testing anywhere because of Speedway meetings, and you know, I'm happy enough on the upright ones. They're not as quick as the laid down ones, but you know, we're having something special for the long track final, having a shorter pipe which they laid down as, but I'm going to keep up with the upright ones.
Right, okay, have a good day's racing, and I hope you get back used to the grass tracking. Okay, obviously you took that British Masters title, you must be very happy about that.
I'm very happy with the result. It's something we wanted to do. Not quite so happy about the way we ended up with the title, with only winning the runoff with Ivor breaking down. It adds to the pressure now, and now that because I've got the title and I didn't actually win it by beating Ivor, I've now got to prove that I can beat them by racing harder from now on. So it's a vicious circle. You can't win. You get there and then you've still got to prove yourself.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. Obviously, as you win these big titles, the pressure, I think, is worse, isn't it? Because everybody's out there to beat you, and like you say, Ivor had a lot of bad luck, but it's who really does the 4 laps that really counts. And you had a lot of bad luck yourself, really, in the second round, didn't you?
That's right. You can count the number of times that I've broken down that many times at a meeting on one hand, and it just doesn't happen to us normally, but it did, and that's what racing's all about. You've got to be there at the end. Fortunately, we were there at the end, but I can remember years ago when somebody else won the British Championship, I always wanted to be the first bloke to beat him, so no doubt that's going to happen today, you know.
Right, now the track today is, we've all had practice, and it's a very small, tight track. How are you finding that?
Well, it's a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but having said that, it will produce some good racing, I'm sure it will.
Right, and main contenders apart from Ivor Matthews?
Well, everybody's a potential winner, aren't they? Because these days, all the equipment's good and all the riders are sort of very keyed up and they want to win. It's whoever makes the start and does a very good first corner will probably do well today.
And how are your starts at the moment? Have you got them sorted out yet?
No, they're diabolical.
Well, some things never change, do they, Rog? Have a good day, and I hope you do well today.
Thanks very much.
Okay, mate. Okay.
Well, a genuine Aylesbury duck, you can tell, can't you? I mean, he's coming back to find the machine gun, look. He's looking for Disney World. I think he is. It's one Mr. Sermon with the gun as well. I think that duck should look out here.
He's saving that for the ace of aces.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right there. Yes, it's. Well, I must admit, I thought I took instruction on this. I was told that all Aylesbury ducks were white, but this one's blue and white, isn't it? Well, that's different. Looks the part, though, doesn't he? I'm glad he can't hear you say that. But I tell you what, if that beak shoots down and bonks him on the jaw, he'll know what's happening, won't he? It's covering his eyes at the moment, isn't it? Well, I think he's one Mr. J. Wee, actually.
Oh, the man who organised it. Well,
There we are. There's one of the other major
There
organisers.
he goes. Oh no, it's giving a handful now.
Yes, my word. I wonder if it's going to happen all over again, because had a great ride in the Czech Republic last week. Is it going to be his world long track once again, or before that, is he going to take the Golden Duck?
Go around for another lap.
Completely different machine and that superb riding style, and across the line he goes. The time for Simon Wigg, 21.91 seconds. 21.91 seconds. Whoops, we'll get away from that because we've got something more interesting to talk about. We've got Joe Screen out there in action. World Long Track finalist again this year, of course, having gone Beam Reserve and now moves into the event proper, so he'll be there with Mark Loram and Simon Wigg doing the honours. Oh, look at that down on the knee, super action. Had a pretty good year with Bradford Speedway, and knows all about grass track riding, of course, won the Masters back in 1992. The time for Joe Screen, 19.58 seconds. 19.58 seconds. Now, we were having a little discussion before that in here and saying we thought Simon Wigg was being a bit canny, just not going to show his true speed. Well, the Poole Speedway man who so nearly won the British Masters. What a tragedy, that broken. Press you read and stole it away from him. But Steve Schofield is such a tremendous competitor. He'll put that behind him. He'll be going out to win here this afternoon. And you'll notice these bends are much tighter. Of course, the straights are much shorter as well. And what that tends to do is it tends to bring the competitors closer together in the racing proper. Oh, look at Scoey, he's really flying. So the Poole Speedway man setting a good time. 20.15 for Steve Schofield, 20.15 for Steve Schofield. So second fastest time so far. Joe Screen leading on 19.5. Career Jeremy's had on the grass tracks and on the speedway tracks, of course. It's where he started off his speedway back in the early 80s. Not a year he's been with Reading, but here we go into his flying lap then. Uses the upright engine as he was laid down arrangements, but today upright engine, and he's coming off that bend quickly. In fact, may have lost a little bit of time from going into it rather quickly. Nicely from Jeremy. 20.71. Schofield on 20.15, Joby Doncaster on 20.71. Paul Hurry, what are we going to see from Paul? The European Grass Track finalist this year had a couple of odd problems there which set him back, otherwise he was looking really good. But the Arena Essex Speedway man really... Another rider had a little bit of bad luck in the closing stages of the Masters. Took a tumble right final stages when he looked like he could have been maybe even in the top three. The time for Paul Hurry, 20.27. 20.27. A few weeks back, doing a little bit of speedway with Middlesbrough, in fact team captain in their 3rd division team I always sharpens up the grassmen just a little bit, I think, the discipline of riding a speedway circuit. Let's see how Colin's going to get on here. Right then, heads across the line.
Keep the motor on.
Just the new track frame. Certainly going quickly. Let's see what sort of a time he's established when he crosses the line. The time for Colin Earl, 20.40. 20.40. So that means that Joe Screen has taken his first victory of the afternoon, the house proud domestic and office cleaning barn record for the solos. Paul Ewens, 5th in the Masters this year. Been second on 2 occasions in 92 and 93. They would love to win here in front of their home crowd, I'm sure. And Yamaha singing away as they go around the bend past the Saikai start. See, they have to be careful how they line up the outfit to maintain the speed off that bend. The time for Russell Ing and Paul Ewens, number 6, 21.85. 21.85. And you'll notice he's out on his Australian Speedway outfit, which he reserves for the smoother tracks. And there he goes into his flying lap.
Not a bad track,
And Robert Matthews and Peter Jones are very, very capable crew. All sorts of differences on this. Basically no suspension, of course, on the back. It's a rigid rear end, but also the head angle, I think, is different to that usually used by the English crews. Time then for Ivor Matthews, 21.29. 21.29 for Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. He was many people's tip for a top place at the British Masters, and he duly delivered a 3rd place. And after the first round, looked like he could have been even higher up. There we are. That's racing from Waverton up in Cheshire. See just how wide they come off that bend. Gary Jackson sets a time of 20.88 seconds. 20.88 seconds. So he leads the competition at the moment with Ivor Matthews on 21.29 and Russell Ing on 21.85. Shane Lapham in the chair, Roger Beasley doing the driving. From Steventon in Oxfordshire. May remember he won just up the road last year in a slightly controversial fashion, but win he did. then, a master crew at work as we look at the crew our right. They're coming wide as well off that bend, very, very wide. That's going to be a quick time.
No, well, don't be Jack.
A time for Roger Misa of 21.29, so he matches the time for Ivor Matthews. And looking to our left, I think that probably is.
He tried, he didn't come off, did he?
It's Steve Smith and Keith Wall.
You must be bloody good.
Steve, of course, who won the Masters in 1983, 1990. Fourth this year. And had a tremendous day at television. Coming good on the track. These days living in Sutton Coldfield, having started off in the Birmingham area and then moved up to Yorkshire and then moved back again. Lots of grip, nice little wheelie. Certainly when you look at these good crews and actions, way in the right place as they come around the bend to our right here. Tighter line as frequently Steve tends to ride, although he has to come out a little way. A time for Steve Smith of 21.05.
Quicker than Rod.
So, full result then of the barn record for the sidecar class, sponsored by Griffiths Reclamation Services. The winners, number 23, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams on 20.88. In second place, outfit number 2, Steve Smith and Keith Wall on 21.05. In joint third place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, and number 51, Roger Misa and Shane Lapham, both on 21.25, and the fifth place to number 6, Russell and Paul Ewitts on 21.85. So something for everything going on up there, and they're interested in having more twin shock scramblers if they want to ride. A country and western night in the village hall close to the track on the night before to Cousin Bowden and his band with Cyril Jones in cabaret. Look, it's got to be worth making the effort, hasn't it, with Cyril Jones singing and Mike Bowden and his band, good heavens. So weekend camping, very scenic, flush toilets, Noel Clark's vintage collection, good weekend's entertainment says. Riders, it's not too late to enter. Phone Brian Curran or see Cyril Jones and John Priest if you want Brian Curran's number. It's 0743 358 226. So here we go then, the first race of the day, getting underway. And it's that flying jar that goes up front. Jitterwig to the front, Will James sitting in second spot, Colin Earl in third, and Will James. So it's Simon Wigg and in front, Colin Earl in second place, Will James in third. And Colin Earl goes to the head of the field, Simon Giddings back in fourth place, and just behind him it's Mike Trevitt. So it's Colin Earl then. All action competitive, if there ever was one. The new track's steering superbly. And Simon Wigg losing a little bit of ground there by trying the wide line. Simon Wigg wide off there, but still maintaining that second spot. Will James in third. Still Simon Giddings in fourth. Mike Trevitt in fifth, and in sixth place, number 2, Andrew. In first place, Simon Wigg in second, Will James in third. In fourth place it's Simon Giddings, and in fifth place Anthony Bugard, and in sixth place Mike Trevitt. Those in first place, number 172 Colin Earl. In second place, number 1 Simon Wigg. In third place, number 46 Will James. In fourth place, number 179 Simon Giddings. In fifth place, number 2, Anthony Bugard. In sixth place, number 23, Mike Trevitt. In seventh place, number 11, David Steen. In eighth place, number 51, Nathan Morton. In ninth place, number 36, Mike Topless. And in 10th place, number 9, John Trevitt. And the winner's time, 2 minutes, 9.38. 2 minutes, 9.38 seconds.
No, he's just playing with us. Oh, Wiggy, the great man Wiggy. Everybody's. I'll have a chat with him in a minute. You never know if it's a double bluff with him, but I think it's a bit tight for him. You seem to be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, just giving it a go. Just trying to get round as fast as I can, and then there was a gap there, so I went for it.
About little Joe, do you fancy chances with him?
Not really.
So here we go. Thank you, Adrian, as Steve Schofield goes right ahead of things here. And has a little bit of a moment on the far side. We're looking for Paul Hurry to come through. He's got a little bit of work to do. That's Steve Schofield out in front. Look at that, one bend, and Paul Hurry's through to second place. Mark Seabright up to third. Sideways, sliding action. Paul Hurry tucked in behind him. Mark Seabright in third place. Still in third, and these three have pulled away. Paul Pratt gets up into fourth place. When Steve Schofield looks over his shoulder and sees Paul Hurry and sort of shakes his head and gets on with it. Mark Seabright's going to get third. Fourth place is going to go to Paul Pratt. Fifth place just to number 8, Phil Ashcroft. In second place, number 86, Paul Hurry. In third place, number 167, Mark Seabright. In fourth place, number 81, Paul Pratt. In fifth place, number 8, Phil Ashcroft. In sixth place, number 18, Tony Stark. In seventh place, number 185, Andrew Giddings. In eighth place, number 12, Henry Whitfield. In ninth place, number 161, Mike Webster. No 10th finisher, we lost Kieran McCulloch during the race. The winner's time, 2 minutes, 7.99. 2 minutes, 7.99. He's got some nice distinctive leathers these days, which is given rise to a nickname of Banana Man with one or two of his supporters, I understand. Something to do with that white leathers and the blue stripe down the side. You can judge for yourself when he gets out there in action in a moment or two, but I'm sure a lot of eyes on Joe Screen. There we go. There's a little bit of a delay on the start there. Couldn't see why. I guess somebody got a little bit too close to the tape. And it's Trevor Eden making a good start. Peter Lloyd right there with him, but look, out of almost nowhere comes number 5, Joe. Speedway star Joe Screen. Good it is to see him back on the British grass track. Peter Lloyd then in second place. Steve Bishop in third, one of the talents who's emerged really strongly this year. Gary Long. 1992 Masters winner. Leading this handsomely from Peter Lloyd in second place, then Steve Bishop, then Gary Long, then Trevor Eden, then behind him 2-3-0 Andy Parker. Right, that's one more lap to go, nice little wheelie, lifts the antic. Still Peter Lloyd giving chase in second place. Gary Long gets through to third. Steve Bishop in fourth. Trevor Eden in fifth. Joe Screen then. Victory for Joe. Peter Lloyd in second place. Gary Long in third. Steve Bishop in fourth. Trevor Eden behind him. And then number 263, Graham Gordon. Joe Screen. In second place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In third place, number 7, Gary Lobb. In fourth place, number 34, Steve Bishop. In fifth place, number 19, Trevor Eden. In sixth place, number 263, Graham Gordon. In seventh place, number 230, Andy Parker. In eighth place, number 374, Adrian Stevens. In ninth place, number 188, Mark Ferry. And in 10th place, number 68, Jonathan Sims. And the winner's time was 2 minutes 9.69. 2 minutes 9.69. Comes into line.
Can't make him out.
Steady,
but I don't think he's...
And of course, if you are unfamiliar with grass track, and if you are, well, we welcome you and hope you enjoy our sport. The number in brackets on the right hand side of the driver's name in your programme is his position on the start line. There we go, and somebody left on the line. Meanwhile, it's Tony Aitken and Jeremy Doncaster, I think, going into that men's side. Apparently was left on the start line. So Jeremy Doncaster then leading, Tony Aitken in the second spot. Dean Garton in third. In fourth place, Justin Elkins. Doncaster doing his stuff, the former European grass track champion, former British 250 grass track champion when it comes to that, and still a very competent performer on it. Doncaster has this under control. Justin Elkins in fourth place, looking to close up on Dean Garton. Still Tony Aitken in second, Dean Garton in fourth, Justin Elkins. Who's going to get that fifth spot? That fifth spot goes to number 14, Nigel Newman. Number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In second place, number 10, Tony Aitken. In third place, number 16, Dean Garton. In fourth place, number 97, Justin Elkins. In fifth place, number 14, Nigel Newman. In sixth place, number 15, Mitch Barker. In seventh place, number 37, Alan Bagshaw. In eighth place, number 116, Jock Davidson. And in ninth place, number 105, Steve Tideswell. And the winner's time, 2 minutes 9.65. 2 minutes 9.65. We'll run quickly through those numbers: 6, 10, 16, 97, 14, 15, 37, 116 and 105. Time again, 2 minutes 9.65. Roger Measer and Shane Lapham. Now let's see how they sort out on this bend. Oh, having problems getting around that tight bend here. And in fact, Gary Jackson closes right up on him. But at this point, it's still Jackson in second spot. Roger Measer out in front as we look across to the far side. Jackson challenges, tries to come up the inside, shows him his front wheel. It's going to be very, very tricky around this bend this time. Measer in front, Jackson in second spot, but Jackson on the inside, but has to come pretty wide, and he does just that. So it's Jackson in front, Roger Measer in second. In third place as they go past us, Royce Bedbury and Steve Kenchington.
Hello, Jacko.
Well, quite a hectic bend up there. Roger Measer must have wondered quite what was happening there as number 23, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams went past him, took a very wide line. They might have lost some advantage, but in fact didn't. They got right away from Roger Measer still in second place, Royce Bedbury in third, Dave Penfold in fourth. On the far side now, it's number 23, it's Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams really now pulling away from the opposition as they head for the checker flag. Victory for them. Roger Measer and Shane Lapham in second place. In third place, Royce Bedbury. In fourth place, Dave Penfold. Behind him, number 58, Peter Dyer, with Justin Westaway and Kevin Williams. In second place, number 51, Roger Measer and Shane Lapham. In third place, number 43, Royce Bredbury and Steve Kenchington. In fourth place, and number 4, Dave Penfold and Paul Randall. In fifth place, and number 58, Peter Dyer and Justin Westaway. And in sixth place, number 191 and 191 is Steve Heath with Dean Bartholomew in the chair. And the winner's time was 1 minute 59.25. 1 minute 59.25. The numbers 23, 51, 43, 4, 58 and 191.
He locked up, still had to be in the wrong way, didn't he? He had to be right behind him.
Right behind him.
If he had to be one side, he could have got around him. He had to shut down. 6 laps. Well,
Hey, I've got Gary Jackson, winner of the... Thank you, Adrian. Across to the far side and pick up the field as they storm into the first bend. Look at Ivan Matthews. Poor start by his very, very high standards, but already he's powering his way through. But looks like the right side in front. The rights are leading. So, Gary Wright and Steve Wright in the chair, or is it? Because we're never quite sure. They sometimes swap around, sometimes they have different passengers. Well, Gary Wright it is down in the programme as driving, and he's still holding on to that advantage. David Steer keeping the pressure on him, Ivan Matthews in third, Terry Phillips in fourth. So it's Dave Steer then as we look across to the far side. Going after the leader when they had that back straight. Outfit number 12, Gary Wright and Steve Wright seem to have a big advantage, but they seem to find a little bit of a hole there and lost a bit of ground, and Dave Steer closed right up on him, but not quite enough. Ivan Matthews still in third, Terry Phillips still in fourth. Back a little way to Lennon Ray Foreman in fifth spot. We look across the far side and Dave Steer has closed up on the leader. A little bit of a moment on the bend to our right, and Dave Steer now stalking the leader all the way as he comes into this bend. There's that little spot where he had the problems. Dave Steer tries to go down the inside. He's not going to get there. It's Gary Wright who crosses the line first. Outfit number 12, Gary and Steve Wright. In second place, number 17, David Steer and Andy Orchard. In third place, number 15, Ivan Matthews and Pete Jones. In fourth place, number 52, Terry Phillips and Chris Spires. In fifth place, number 149, Lennon Ray Foreman. In sixth place, number 98, Joe Mogg and Joe Smith. And the winner's time was 2 minutes, 1.4 seconds. 2 minutes, 1.4 seconds.
Now, you ought to have done what I'm saying.
There we go then, race 7 on the far side and rustling out in front. Now they're rustling, desperately to try a tight line. Craig Cheatham tucked in behind in third place, with the pressure coming from Phil Pittman. So it's Phil Pittman from Craig Cheatham chasing, rustling out in front, and not going to get away from these two as we have a flying past by light aircraft. So then rustling now, let's see what he's going to do with this corner. It's a very tricky corner for the chair. Still stays out in front. Craig Cheatham closing up all the time, but he cannot quite find the way past Phil Pittman.
He's away now.
So Phil Pittman then with Gary Lane in the chair. Of course, with Miles Simmons in the chair. Let's correct that. So Phil Pittman and Miles Simmons it is in second spot, going after Paul Uritz and Russell Ingham leading. And it's Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds in the third spot. And Shirley now has number 6 and Russell Ingham and Paul Uritz shaken off the opposition. Well, not quite. It's still not that far behind them as they head for the checkered flag. Here we go then, Russell Ingham and Paul Uritz win. In second place, Phil Pittman and Miles Simmons. Behind them, Craig Cheatham, Clive Reynolds. Those were the first 3. In first place, and number 6, Russell Ingham and Paul Uritz. In second place, outfit number 90, Phil Pittman and Miles Simmons. In third place, outfit number 1, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. In fourth place, number 16, Mark and Robert Sarek. In
5th place, number 80, Mike Keep and Ken Holyfield. And in 6th place, number 271, Stuart Darville and Darren Konorinsky. And we'll sort that time out for you in a moment or two. The numbers then: 6, 90, 1, 16, 80 and 271. 1 minute 19.67 seconds. 1 minute 19.67 seconds. So you'll probably guess from that one or two of the earlier times may be a little suspect.
I think, Tony, I maybe go around myself later on. You won't need a stopwatch. Egg timer will do it.
Well, we look forward to that.
I don't.
So I'm looking across on the far side, race 8 being lined up. Go then, Mark Edwards making a good start by the looks of things, he's looking across the far side. Wow, Shane Baker also, I think, well up in contention. It's all happening on that bend as they come off. There seems to be just a little bit of a hole there. The Mark Edwards in his lead, Shane Baker in 2nd place, Dave Smith in 3rd, John Hiscock in 4th. And, not a lot between the 2nd to 5th places, I'd say. We've got 2 hours right now. Once again, and certainly Mark Edwards made a tremendous start. He got away from the opposition. Shane Baker is still hanging on grimly to 2nd spot, Steve Smith in 3rd, still John Hiscock in 4th. Andy Simons in 5th, and they've stretched out just a little bit now, but not very much in front of the leaders then have got away. So then, Mark Edwards going on his way. Steve Smith looking to work his way through it. Steve Smith then trying to close the gap on the 2nd place man. He's found a gap, he couldn't quite get through there. Shane Baker held him off. You may be wondering who it is with Pete Goodham. Well, he's decided it's Carl Wilkes, the 250 side, that's the grass track sidecar man now. So here we go. So a 250 star one week and a passenger the next. Gosh. In 1st place, number 8. Mark Edwards with in the chair Nick Walters. In 2nd place, number 39, Shane Baker and Clint Martin. In 3rd place, number 2, Steve Smith and Keith Wall. In 4th place, number 184, John Hiscock, and in with John, let's have a quick scan over the pages because we don't want to leave anybody out. Oh, Tony Bemister, the birthday boy, of course. Excellent. And in 5th place, number 111, Pete Goodwin with Carl Wilkes in the chair. No 6th finisher. Winner's time 1 minute 20.39. 1 minute 20.39. The numbers 8, 39, 2, 184 and 111. Here, remember that we have 2 London starters, that is Dave Threadingham and John Cox. Dave Threadingham is replaced by number 66, Dougie Dearden. Graham Fiddy replaces number 96, John Cox. Graham Fiddy running number 67. And with one additional entry, 171, Lee Barley. So then we have John Priest, Dougie Dearden, Julian Wigg, Roger Elmore, Pete Newman, Lee Barley, Cyril Jones, John Underwood, Graham Fiddy, John Davis, Baker, Ian Barclay. Those are numbers.
Who's just sponsored Ken? Oh yes, as you say. I think you're right, Julian, on the mouthful. It's a change to the guy.
So here we go then, Julian Wigg coming up the outside, looking to make a good start. Cyril Jones goes with him. And is great hero of mine when I first started watching grass type was Julian. And somebody's down, still coming through there. It's Graham Fiddy through into 2nd place. Cyril Jones has dropped to 3rd. We have a red flag down here. We have a fallen rider. Actually, you could say that about one of his modern things as well, couldn't you?
No, we went to Vista. Vista's pretty.
So then, here we go. John Underwood not going with him, unfortunately, and Julian Wigg trying to get his second good start of the afternoon, which he does. Cyril Jones goes with him. John Priest, who I refuse to think of as some sort of a veteran, he's still up. Well, I'll let you know a little secret that many years ago, Julian Wigg was the reason I used to go and watch a lot of grass tracks. Cyril Jones still in third, Graham Fiddy in fourth place, Ian Barclay looking to try and close up from that fifth spot. And we're hoping that tighter line will pay off. It doesn't this time, so it's John Priest in front, Julian Wigg in second place, Cyril Jones in third, Graham Fiddy in fourth, in fifth place it's Ian Barclay, and in sixth place John Davis. Way goes John Priest, still Julian Wigg in second, Cyril Jones third, Graham Fiddy in fourth, no changes there, Ian Barclay fifth as he was before, then John Davis back a little way to number 66. John Priest wins, Julian Wigg in second, Cyril Jones third, Graham Fiddy in fourth, Ian Barclay in fifth, in sixth place Jock Davison, seventh place Dougie Dearden, eighth place number 69, and that looks very much like Pete Newman. We have John Priest. In second place number 25 Julian Wigg. In third place number 79 Cyril Jones. In fourth place number 67 Graham Fiddy. In fifth place number 109 Ian Barclay. In sixth place number 116 Jock Davidson, in seventh place number 66 Dougie Dearden, and in eighth place number 69 Pete Newman. And the winner's time 1 minute 35.69. 1 minute 35.69. Those numbers 5, 25, 79, 67, 109, 116, 66 and 69.
And that was true.
That was Wednesday.
Paul Harry. Paul Harry.
The gate goes up, off they go, and the charge is on because it's all about starting and getting that. Tony Stark making a good start, but Peter Lloyd and Colin Earl are going to sweep past him, I suspect. There's Peter Lloyd out in front and Colin Earl going round a lot of them. Certainly an all-action runner as Tony Aitken tries to come through. So it's Colin Earl from Tony Aitken, from Peter Lloyd, from David Perry, from Tony Stark as we look across to our right. So Colin Earl, the leader, once again. Colin Earl then, still holding off Tony Aitken. Still Peter Lloyd in third, still David Perry. Now ahead of number 2, Anthony Bugard, so the Channel Islands. Groups up to inside, Tony Aitken there. Now, how's he going to go? He's going to have to go a little bit too wide. Colin Earl back in front. Tony Aitken got right there with him. Colin Earl leads they go around this bend. Now then, who's going to have to... Victory surely for Colin Earl as they head up towards it. Colin Earl then takes it. Tony Aitken in second place. Peter Lloyd in third. David Perry in fourth. Fifth place. 3.74. Adrian Stevens just ahead of number 2, Anthony Bugard. Number 2, Colin Earl. In second place, number 10, Tony Aitken. In third place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In fourth place, number 419, David Perry. In 5th place, number 374, Adrian Stevens. In 6th place, number 2, Anthony Bugard. In 7th place, number 18, Tony Stark. In 8th place, number 105, Steve Tideswell. In 9th place, number 9, John Trevitt. No 10th finisher. Winner's time of 1 minute 29.41. 1 minute 29.41.
Back, but nobody there. Easy down and Nelson Atkins was there again.
It's like showbiz, just when you relax, boom. Well done.
Yeah, certainly is a little bit of a shock to both of them, that corner, I think. But there we are. Great stall. Race 11 then on the line. We're away. And in the middle, it's Simon Wigg. Paul Hurry right there with him this time as they go into that first bend. Paul Hurry on the outside of Simon Wigg. Challenging hard as they come to this bend. And Hurry goes through on the inside, so it's Paul Hurry in front. Simon Wigg now second, Andy Parker in third, Will James in fourth, Gary Lobb right there with him, and Andrew Giddings as well. So then off the far side, Paul Hurry powering out of that bend on the back wheel. Super corner there. So Paul Hurry then with the advantage. Still Simon Wigg, Wigg's hand goes up. We have a red flag now. And regs are available for that one. If you need them, we can put you in touch with folks who have the regs and have a ride at Salisbury. So that's another one. And what can we say after that? Well, we're getting to the turn of the year, aren't we, really? Because on the 29th and 30th of October, we have the Ace of Aces. And, well, it's going to be, I'm sure, as usual, spectacular self this year. And immediately following that, on the 6th of November, Tunbridge have their bonfire burn-up. So 2 internationals to complete our year. Well, you probably won't complete our year, because probably somebody will slip in another grass track or two, but gets close to completing the grass track season. So an awful lot of good grass track. Really, you can't afford to be away for a weekend, can you? Because you'll miss something.
Well, frantic activity in the Wigg pit. Simon's just changed gears, gone up. Let's see if it works.
Well, let's see. Is he going to lose it on the start and then gain as he gets the momentum? Well, he's right up at the front there with Paul Hurry as they go into that bend for the first time, and Paul Hurry has the advantage. And well, close up on Paul Hurry, because it's Paul Hurry with the advantage at the moment. Simon Wigg in second place, Andy Parker in third, just being passed by Will James. Then Trevor Reed back in fifth place. Will James third. Speedway team this year, and how well he's gone. Simon Wigg in that second spot, Will James in third, Andy Parker in fourth, then Trevor Reed, then Gary Lobb. Wheelie into the last lap he goes, with Simon Wigg still in that second spot. Still in third place it's Will James, Andy Parker. This time Will James is going to get a second spot, Andy Parker is going to get third, Gary Lobb is going to get fourth, Trevor Eden is going to get fifth, Jonathan Sims is going to get sixth, and in seventh spot as they head towards it is going to be Mike Trevitt, just ahead of number 36, and number 36 is Mike Topless. Paul Hurry in second place, number 46, Will James. In third place, number 230, Andy Parker. In fourth place, number 7, Gary Lobb. In fifth place, number 19, Trevor Eden. In sixth place, number 68, Jonathan Sims. In seventh place, number 23, Mike Trevitt. And in eighth place, number 36, Mike Topless. And the winner's time were 1 minute 26.92. 1 minute 26.92. Those numbers again: 86, 46, 230, 7, 19, 68, 23 and 36. Over the page we go to race 12.
My little French go is going to look at the boat.
I think you will actually, I bet.
My little French go. Oh, put it down, you don't wear spin.
How'd you do that, Bob? Hang on,
That was his.
again.
That was his.
I've got the winner of the last one, Paul Hurry, who living up to your name today. You're flying this afternoon, Paul.
Yeah, I don't mind them. They're a little bit small and rough. Just get on the job and do it, really.
So you're not seeing what you win yet. You're probably it's not a cup, let me tell you. But you're certainly up with Joe there.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to beat Joe, but that goes really.
Well, it was Jeremy Doncaster who made the best of the starts there, but he's going to fight for it as he across the final line. Couldn't see what his ball was still actually looking down at the edge for Jeremy Doncaster there. Leads this one as they come round towards us. Steve Bishop in second spot, and quite a gaggle of competitors going for that third spot. Like Nathan Morton, obviously passed out. Steve Bishop battling away there with Justin Elkins. Second place. Making an impact, and that's good to see. Meanwhile then, here's Jeremy Doncaster. Looks down at that, still on the laid down engine. Looks down at it this time very anxiously, and in fact did something a bit strange on that corner, went very wide. Still looking down again. He's got a problem. He's got some 50 metres to go. Surely he's going to win this. Jeremy Doncaster gets there, but he's still concerned about something. In second place, Justin Elkins. In third place, Steve Bishop. Fourth place, Paul Pratt, and behind him, Phil Ashcroft.
Yeah, Donkey's motor was misfiring like a good one when it came past us. So he'll be swapping some electrics pretty quick, we think.
First place, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In second place, number 97, Justin Elkins. In third place, number 34, Steve Bishop. In fourth place, number 81, Paul Pratt. In fifth place, number 8, Phil Ashcroft. In sixth place, number 51, Nathan Morton. In seventh place, number 263, Graham Gordon. And in eighth place, number 148, Kieran McCulloch. And behind him in ninth place, number 14, Nigel Newman. And the winner's time was 1 minute 32.96. 1 minute 32.96.
We shouldn't be able to do that. No, you shouldn't be able to do it, but they have.
Well, a little bit of sorting out on grid positions going on down there. Quite see somebody presumably in the wrong place. Doesn't want to go in the right place. Perhaps even doesn't want to go in the wrong place. You can't blame him for that, can you?
We should say that. It's like Jewish and
Gets everybody on edge. You can see the clutch is a bit warm, and everybody gets just a little bit excited. So here we go then. Who's going to get the best of the starts? Well, it's Steve Schofield who's gated best. Joe Screen's right on his elbow, and Screen's whoops by as they go around that bend. But Joe Screen leads. So then, Joe Screen looks for Steve Schofield, sees him sitting a few metres back and thinks he's got enough advantage now. So it's Joe Screen then from Steve Schofield. Everyone at that point, every time Joe takes a quick look, and every time he sees Steve Schofield, but it's because it's Sco is not giving up for 1 second. In third place. Didn't quite get there as they into the last lap with out front. It's Joe Screen building a good barrier now from Steve Schofield. The struggle's still on for third place. Albright gets to third. Now then, let's see what's going on. Well then, it's Joe Screen who wins the victory win. Schofield in second, Mark Seabright in third, Dean Garton in fourth. In fifth place it's going to be David Steen. And in sixth place, Mark Ferry, just ahead of number 12, Henry Whitfield. Number 5, Joe Screen. In second place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In third place, number 167, Mark Seabright. In fourth place, number 16, Dean Garton. In fifth place, number 11, David Steen. In sixth place, number 188, Mark Ferry. In seventh place, number 12, Henry Whitfield. In eighth place, number 37, Alan Bagshaw. And in ninth place, number 161, Mike Webster. And the winner's time was 1 minute 28.78. 1 minute 28.78.
Something missing on there.
What's happened? No, you should wait until after this weekend.
Here we go then, race 14 getting underway. And here's the cavalry charge into the first bend. Well, Joe Monk making a superb start there. Looking for Gary Jackson to come through, and he does. So it's Gary Jackson in front, Gary Wright in second place, Joe Mogg in third. This is one of the most formidable crews, I always think. They don't always get the best of luck, but here they are leading this one. So Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams then. Could end up with the Golden Duck, couldn't they? Who knows? Here we go then. Gary Jackson heads into the last lap. Gary Wright in second place, Joe Mogg in third. Then Ray Foreman in fourth, so the positions remain exactly the same on that lap. And really has now quite a long way ahead of second place. Once again, and this time it's to receive the checkered flag. Victory then for Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. Gary and Steve Wright in second place. In third place, it's number 98. It's Joe Mogg doing the driving and Joe Smith in the chair. First place, number 23. Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. In second place, number 12, Gary and Steve Wright. In third place, number 98, Joe Mogg and Joe Smith. In fourth place, number 149, Lennon Ray Foreman. And the winner's time, 1 minute 17.81. 1 minute 17.81. The numbers 23, 12, 98 and 149.
Ivan?
Yeah, you do better. You do better.
Couldn't come out now.
Can you see? I can't see.
He's left his dustbin in there. No, he's on the straight all right.
He's on the last of the line. Here we go, who's going to get the best of the start? The Matthews on the inside. It's Roger Measer who goes straight up through the middle. And Roger Measer with the advantage at the moment as they come into that first bend. And this is this very tricky bend, remember. And, certainly we've seen the places change, but Roger Measer is still there and in front at the moment. Dave Penfold in that second spot. Mark Edwards has dodgy position, I'd say, just there on that bend. But meanwhile then is Roger Measer and Shane Lapham with the advantage as they power around towards us. Phil Petman eases into second spot. Dave Penfold in the third place. Ivan Matthews in fourth, and that's unusual for Ivan. Look to our right, Roger Measer and Shane Lapham. There are one or two little ripples that catch them unawares just there, or they're probably not unaware for long. Still Dave Penfold then coming through into second place. Phil Pitman in third, Ivan Matthews in fourth. Good struggle then on the second and third places. It does look now as though second place team, outfit number 4, Dave Penfold and Paul Randall have pulled away and established themselves in that second spot. Ivan Matthews still seeking the third place, but not quite getting there. We have a yellow flag out. And Roger Measer and Shane Lapham. In second place, number 4, Dave Penfold and Paul Randall. In third place, number 98, Joe Mogg and Joe Smith. And in fourth place, the only other finisher, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Sorry, my apologies. I read 98 for some reason, and I should, of course, have read 90. Phil Pittman, of course. It was in third place, number 90, Phil Pittman, and Gary Lane, 90. No, that was a change of passenger. Mr. Simmons is his passenger. Miles Simmons is Phil Pittman's passenger. So let's do that again. 51, 4, 90, and 15. 1 minute, 19.62. 16 gets away. Steve Smith not getting away with the pack. A little bit back for the rest of them. Across to the far side. Back there, Pete Dyer in the middle, sitting in a great spot at the moment. He'll come round towards us, and everybody having a little bit of a moment as Roy Spreadbury hits the front. Steve Kensington in the chair. Dave Steer in that second spot, and a lot of pressure coming from Pete Dyer there. Steve Smith is quite a long way back and having a little moment, trying to make up some ground there on John Hiscock. And John Hiscock was just in the wrong place on the track. So then, still out in front is Roy Spreadbury. Still Dave Steer is main challenger. Peter Dyer in third, Steve Smith in fourth, then John Hiscock. And then back a little way to Steve. So then, looking across to the far side. Advantage still with number 43, Roy Spreadbury and Steve Kensington. Smithy moving through into third place. Still he's got to get past Dave Steer, who's in second. John Hiscock and Peter Dyer having a battle for the fourth and fifth places. So then, are we going to see Steve Smith make any further progress?
Come on, Dave.
Got a lot of work to do if he's going to close up on the men ahead of him. Oh, the leader is Roy Spreadbury out in front. Who's going to win? David Steer in second place. Steve Smith in third. John Hiscock in fourth. Peter Dyer in fifth. And in sixth place, number 191, Steve Heath. Place, number 43, Roy Spreadbury and Steve Kensington. In second place, number 17, David Steer and Andy Orchard. In third place, number 2, Steve Smith and Keith Wall. In fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Tony Bedminster. In fifth place, number 58, Peter Dyer, and in the chair, of course, with Peter Dyer, it is Justin Westaway, his usual passenger. And in sixth place, number 191, Steve Heath and Dean Bartholomew. Winner's time, 1 minute 21.25. 1 minute 21.25. The numbers read 43, 17, 2, 184, 58, and 191. Getting well there, going to the fore. Is he going to hang on to that advantage round the bend here? He doesn't quite, and is Rustling, who explodes out in front. Shane Baker in second place. Craig Cheatham now in third as we look to our left, and Rustling. Paul Yoris in the chair, long established pair. Very experienced, very quick, and I'm sure looking for a home win here this afternoon. Still Shane Baker in that second spot, Craig Cheatham in third, Terry Phillips in fourth. Step up the gear as he goes down that back straight and pull away from the opposition. Treats this corner with a lot of respect, as of course they all do. It's a tricky corner. Meanwhile, it's still Rustling in front. Shane Baker still with that second spot. Still Craig Cheatham in third. No real changes there. Terry Phillips behind him in fourth. To enjoy watching Rustling and Paul Yoris at work out front here. Let's see if they have a look at Craig Cheatham behind. Craig Cheatham challenging for that second spot. Is he going to get there? It's very tight. I don't think he quite did. I think Shane Baker maintained his hold on second place, but a great challenge from number 1, Craig Cheatham. Place number 6, Rustling and Paul Yoris. In second place, number 39, Shane Baker and Clinton Martin. In third place, number 1, And that, of course, is Craig Cheetham with In the Chair, not as it says in your programme, as we corrected earlier on, In the Chair, Clive Reynolds. And they were followed home by, he said anxiously, having lost his place totally. Never mind, we'll catch up on that in a second. So in fourth place, number 52, of course, Terry Phillips and Chris Spires, and in fifth place, number 80, Mike Keep and Ken Holyfield. The winner's time was 1 minute 21.95, and those numbers should read 6, 39, 1, 52 and 80. Time again, 1 minute 21.95.